Welcome to the 10th Baz tutorial. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun with delay feedback. First thing I'm going to make is a kind of typical looping thing for playing an instrument through to do like loop, sound on sound, so looping your own playback. For that we want a delay line, which we've already created. I don't need that. I can just use my N key on my keyboard to make a new object, and we created a delay line already with an object called tap in, and we give the tap in tilde an argument which is the maximum delay time. I'm doing 5,000 milliseconds or 5 seconds, and every tap in needs a tap out. So we're going to make a tap out with a 5 seconds. We'll use the maximum delay time on that, and the tap in and tap out are always connected. This is a kind of a strange hybrid patch chord. It's not signal, it's not control, it's just saying this tap out belongs to this tap in. And to do delay feedback, believe it or not, tap in and tap out, apart from the matrix tilde that we've already looked at, is one of those two ways of creating some kind of signal feedback. Otherwise your signal feed just stops working when you feed it back. So you can take the output of your outlet of your tap out and stick it into the tap in up here. Then we can put an ADC on here because I'm going to use my guitar. We could either use the easy ADC, it looks like that. Sure, let's take one of those. I'll take my easy ADC. I only need one side of this thing, I think. And I'm going to need a DAC or something to play this out through. So let's pull up one of our easy DACs right there. Okay, this is going to be almost enough. The only thing that we probably want here, we can try this thing out just by turning it on. The only thing we're probably going to want, well, maybe two things. If I turn this on, we get this, which is going to be a continual feedback thing. And eventually, when it starts feeding back, we'll just keep hearing what we've recorded before, and it'll just keep feeding back without any control at all. There's probably two things you want to add to this to give it at least some kind of level of control. The first thing that I would probably want, just so I can stop myself going crazy, is a message that says clear to the tap in, so I can clear out that delay line right there. The other thing I'm probably going to want, I think, is some kind of control on whether my sound is going in there or not. If we turn this thing back on, we can at least tell that the clear works. There you go, the clear clears out the delay line. The other thing, yes, like I said, some kind of control on whether this signal from my microphone is going in there or not going in there. And for that I'm going to use something called a new object, and I'm going to make an object called mouse state. Alright, this is going to control, we can see here that mouse state, the left outlet says 1 outputs at 1 if the button is down and 0 if the button is up. So that's going to act as a kind of a gate to this audio here, which I could use a gate, or I can just use a new object, and I'm going to make multiply. So I'll either multiply my microphone input by 1 or 0 if the mouse state is at 1, or mouse button is down or up. And that's great. The only thing we need now is some way to get the values from mouse state. We can either bang mouse state, or maybe a simpler way is to use a message. So I'm going to make M for new message, and we can type the message poll in there, P-O-L-L, which for mouse state tells it just output values as the mouse creates those values. So every time I click the mouse button, it will put out a 1 or a 0 out of here. Okay, for this I'm going to play guitar, so you can do the same. This will be hours of fun for you. You can click this poll message here to start mouse state working, and as soon as you turn on your ADC,
There you go, the clear.
actually I'll clear that out for the moment. Now I'm going to put the mouse on the floor and use my toe to control the mouse and play guitar. So this is like a very cheap foot switch. Okay, and then I pick up the mouse. I shouldn't record myself singing there, I suppose.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's enough of that. You can probably tell that it's a bit. It might be a good idea to use an external microphone on your on your guitar or whatever it is you're looking to play along with here, or either that or don't play it through your speakers. Play it through your headphones or something. Okay, so there's a little a little jam machine going on here. I'm going to make something kind of similar now. Which is maybe using some kind of sound recording input, and I suppose I'm going to destroy most of this, so if you want to play around with this some more you might want to save it before moving ahead here.